Have you ever wondered why some women seem to possess a quiet, yet undeniable beauty as they age, while others chase external validation or follow fleeting trends? What secret lies behind this timeless allure? Surprisingly, this beauty doesn't come from luxurious clothing, flawless makeup, or staying updated with the latest fads. It's a beauty that runs deeper, transcends time, and emerges from within. The answer lies in how these women embrace inner peace, accept simplicity, and let go of unnecessary social ties that drain their energy and spirit. This is not merely a series of actions, but an entire mindset, a transformative way of living that changes how they view themselves and reshapes how the world perceives them. In today's discussion, we'll uncover the truths behind this beauty and delve into three core characteristics that confident and wise women possess as they age gracefully. These women do not fight against time, but instead savor every stage of it. They understand that true beauty does not come from layers of makeup, but from nurturing inner richness. They achieve this by living authentically, distancing themselves from unnecessary distractions, and focusing on what truly matters. They embrace simplicity, not the simplicity of deprivation, but the kind that allows them to concentrate on the most meaningful aspects of life. In this section, you will discover how these practices can bring peace, fulfillment, and a more meaningful life, no matter where you are on your journey. These aren't abstract theories, but practical guides you can apply to your life, helping you create a sense of freedom and purpose while becoming the best version of yourself. Before we begin, I invite you to take a moment to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any valuable content in the future. Your support means so much, enabling us to continue sharing lessons and stories that inspire and empower you to live more meaningfully. If you find this topic helpful, don't forget to like the video and share it with your loved ones. And if you have any thoughts or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. If this message resonates with you, share your thoughts in the comments. Or if you feel room for improvement, don't hesitate to share your feedback and ideas. We're always here to listen and serve you better. Remember, peace and happiness are not luxuries or unattainable dreams. They are choices you can begin making today. Let's embark on this journey to uncover timeless beauty and build a more fulfilling life, one step at a time. The first trait: inner richness and confidence in embracing one's true self. Where does a woman's true beauty lie? Is it in meticulously applied layers of makeup, or in luxurious outfits carefully chosen to impress others? Or does it go deeper, beyond what the eyes can see, residing in something invisible, yet profoundly powerful? Writer Eleanor Barnes once said, "There are three kinds of beauty: the beauty we wear on our face, the beauty we build in our minds, and the beauty we cultivate through how we live each day." These words are not merely a statement, but a profound reminder that external beauty is fleeting, while true beauty comes from within, shaped by life experiences, wisdom, and the confidence to live authentically. Inner beauty doesn't require the spotlight or applause to shine. It is built daily through the challenges you've overcome, the lessons you've learned, and how you treat yourself and others. A beautiful woman understands that her worth isn't defined by others' gazes or opinions, but by a deep self-awareness that she is whole and deserving, even without external validation. Women with this kind of beauty often carry a natural calmness in how they walk, speak, and present themselves. They do not strive to please everyone or hide behind societal standards that do not align with them. Instead, they embrace their true selves, their strengths, weaknesses, and even imperfections, because they understand that these things make them unique and rich in character. They do not seek perfection. They know that true beauty lies in authenticity. This beauty does not rely on makeup or expensive clothing, but stems from a deep understanding that they are already whole, without needing validation from others. They do not try to hide their flaws or force themselves to conform to societal molds. Instead, they embrace what is uniquely theirs, even their imperfections, as an integral part of who they are. This acceptance gives them a special energy, allowing them to shine from within. Let's take Elizabeth Carter as an inspiring example of a woman who chose to live on her terms. Elizabeth, a respected author known for her deeply profound works, doesn't stand out because of her appearance, but because of her self-awareness and calm yet powerful demeanor. She rarely wears makeup and doesn't follow any trends. Yet, her presence has an undeniable magnetism, brightening any space she enters. The secret to Elizabeth's allure is not in her outward appearance. Still, in her simple, yet profound philosophy of life. A woman's greatest strength is her ability to bring happiness to herself, no matter the circumstances. Without the need for makeup or glamorous outfits, Elizabeth radiates a sense of contentment and natural confidence that no beauty product could ever replicate. She takes pride in living authentically, free from societal standards or the pressure to please others. Beyond her writing talent, Elizabeth was also known for her ability to inspire others. She never sought attention, yet anyone who interacted with her could feel the positive energy and wisdom radiating from her. Happiness isn't something you look for outside of yourself. It's something you build from within, she once shared in an interview. And those words became a guiding principle for her and those who admired her. Similarly, Eleanor Taylor, a beloved and respected author who lived to the remarkable age of 106, stood as a testament to the power of authenticity and timeless beauty. Even in her later years, Eleanor frequently attended public events with her natural grace, her silver hair tied back simply, and her face free of makeup. Yet, this simplicity amplified her magnetic presence, making her impossible to overlook. When someone asked her why she chose not to wear makeup, Eleanor smiled calmly and replied, "Makeup is like a mask. It hides who I truly am. I want people to see me as I am, with all the years, stories, and truths I carry." This authenticity was reflected not only in the way she lived, but also in her work. Eleanor's stories were beloved for their simplicity and truthfulness. Her characters weren't perfect, yet their imperfections made them vivid and relatable. One of her close friends, renowned poet Margaret Henson, once said, "Eleanor doesn't just write about life. She lives it with complete authenticity. The beauty she exudes lies in her naturalness and her truth." Eleanor Taylor's life was a testament to the power of authenticity and an invitation for us to rethink our perception of beauty in a world seemingly obsessed with appearances. How much time and energy have been wasted trying to create a perfect image for others instead of nurturing our hearts and souls? Imagine the peace and fulfillment we could achieve if we redirected that energy into loving ourselves, developing our inner world, and learning to embrace who we truly are. What would happen if we dared to remove the mask imposed by society and simply be ourselves? True beauty lies in the confidence to stand firm in your truth, the courage to love yourself through every stage of life, and the wisdom to cherish each person's unique journey. It is an elegant yet powerful beauty, the beauty of a woman who knows she has nothing to prove, for her worth is not determined by anyone else's opinion. That beauty resides in the depth of a smile, the warmth of a voice, and the richness of the inner world that Eleanor cultivated over the years. Rather than hiding behind layers of pretense, she let her authentic self shine with pride. The wrinkles on her face were not something to conceal. They told the story of a life well lived, filled with valuable lessons and experiences. Eleanor Taylor's life is a powerful testament that true beauty is not about external perfection, but the courage to live authentically, with integrity and a rich soul. She reminds us that each person's inner world is a masterpiece, and when we allow it to shine, our truest beauty is revealed. So, love yourself and take pride in your unique journey. That beauty is something no one can ever take away. The second trait: carefully choosing truly meaningful relationships. Have you ever wondered if the relationships you're maintaining are truly worth the time and energy you invest in them? Some relationships bring warmth, shared understanding, and genuine joy, while others leave you feeling drained and burdened by responsibilities that add little value to your life. In the busy whirlwind of modern life, it's easy to get caught up in superficial social connections without asking whether they are necessary. In a world filled with noise and the pressure of societal expectations, wise women who have experienced and learned life's lessons understand a profound truth. Our energy is not unlimited. It is a sacred resource that must be used wisely, as how we manage our energy affects our mental health and shapes the essence of our existence. Life is not a competition to measure popularity or count the number of acquaintances we gather along the way. What truly matters lies in the quality of the relationships we nurture. Wise women know that not everyone is deserving of your time and energy. They recognize that truly valuable relationships are not the ones that leave you feeling constrained or pressured, but those that bring you peace, love, and the freedom to be yourself. Maintaining distance from unnecessary relationships is not selfish. It is a way to protect your energy and inner peace. It allows you to focus on what truly matters. Relationships that enrich your life instead of weighing it down. People who bring joy instead of stress. And moments that carry meaning rather than exhaustion. Independence does not mean loneliness or isolation from the world around you. On the contrary, it is a state of inner completeness where you feel whole without relying on superficial connections. It is the choice of quality over quantity and depth over surface-level interactions. A wise woman understands that instead of trying to maintain every connection, it is far better to invest time and energy into relationships that truly matter. The ones that bring understanding, genuine sharing, and heartfelt joy. Consider the story of Clara Westwood, an inspiring example of a life centered on meaning and purpose. Clara, a renowned writer who achieved recognition late in her career, built an impressive legacy by staying true to her values and prioritizing inner peace. She wrote in one of her essays, "The world belongs to those who dare to claim the right to live their way, not to those who seek the approval of others." This simple yet powerful philosophy shaped Clara's journey, allowing her to find freedom in the way she lived and the pages she wrote. Clara and her husband shared a rare understanding and mutual respect in her marriage. They encouraged each other's passions. He spent time nurturing a lush garden while she immersed herself in her writing. Their life wasn't filled with noisy social gatherings or superficial relationships. Instead, they created a peaceful space to grow together and savor what mattered. After her husband passed away, Clara focused even more on her creative work. One day, while walking in the park, she ran into an old acquaintance. What started as a polite exchange of greetings quickly turned into a long-winded monologue from the other person. Upon returning home, Clara chuckled and quipped, "That wasn't a walk. It was an endless interview." This moment made her realize that her time and energy were far too precious to waste on meaningless interactions. By focusing on what truly mattered, Clara achieved remarkable accomplishments. Her first collection of essays was published at 92, earning widespread praise from readers and critics alike. By the time she was 103, Clara's compiled works had become a lasting legacy, a testament to the power of choosing tranquility and dedicating energy to meaningful endeavors. Clara's story reminds us that by letting go of unnecessary relationships and living with a clear purpose, we can create a life worth remembering and leave an enduring mark. Marie Curie, the legendary scientist, once expressed a similar perspective on prioritizing what truly matters in life. When she and her husband were newly married, they had only 2 chairs in their home. A friend suggested they should buy more chairs to accommodate guests. However, she responded candidly and insightfully. If we had more chairs, people would visit, and we would have to spend time entertaining, instead of focusing on our work. Her words reflected her unwavering dedication to her goals and demonstrated her clear priorities in life as a remarkable woman. Marie Curie and her husband's decision to prioritize research over societal expectations shaped their lives and led to groundbreaking discoveries that changed the world forever. Their choice is a powerful testament to focus, courage, and foresight, essential to pursuing what truly matters. The lesson from their story is both simple and profound. Living authentically means having the courage to step away from what no longer serves you and dedicating your energy to what genuinely matters to your heart and soul. This does not mean isolating yourself or abandoning all social connections. Rather, it means building a life with purpose, where every moment you experience reflects your values, passions, and aspirations. Solitude, when chosen intentionally, is not the absence of connection, but a state of presence. A space where you can face yourself without distractions from external opinions or expectations. In those quiet moments, you will rediscover yourself and understand the dreams, desires, and true values often obscured by the noise around you. If you feel burdened by social obligations that no longer bring joy or meaning, allow yourself to step back. This is not an act of selfishness, but a necessary form of self-care to protect your energy and inner peace. Create a sanctuary within your heart, a space where your soul can grow, create, and rejuvenate. Protecting your energy is essential, not selfish. When you learn to value and embrace your company, you radiate a quiet yet powerful confidence. Remember, your energy is the most precious asset you possess. Treasuring, honoring, and using it wisely brings you peace and opens the door to building deeper, more meaningful relationships. When you learn to love and cherish yourself, the relationships that truly matter, including the one with yourself, will naturally flourish in the spaces you have carefully preserved and nurtured. In that journey, you will find yourself and inspire those around you to live more fully. The third trait, a simple life with a rich soul. Author Beatrice Harlow once wrote, "We build our lives layer by layer through the choices we make, much like the way we select clothing to express ourselves." This statement is a profound observation and a reminder that every decision and value we prioritize shapes our identity and lives. Women who embody a quiet, enduring beauty understand this truth deeply. They have discovered that simplicity is not deprivation, but a path to true wealth, the wealth of the soul and the heart. They choose to live simply, not because they are giving anything up, but because they know that in simplicity, they find freedom. Freedom from the pressures of materialism and societal expectations, and freedom to focus on what truly matters. These women understand that living simply does not mean deprivation or sacrifice, but intentional choice. They choose to keep relationships, values, and moments that truly matter. This simplicity forms the foundation for a rich heart, a free soul, and a fulfilling life. Let me share the story of Mrs. Helen Whitmore, my esteemed neighbor, an endless source of inspiration. Helen embodies the philosophy of living simply, yet meaningfully and profoundly. Her presence always brings a sense of calm and serenity, like a whisper of wisdom and grace that not everyone can easily possess. She does not live in a luxurious mansion or drive an extravagant car. Her small house, nestled among greenery and blooming bushes, radiates warmth and feels like a haven. The scent of lavender lingers in the air, blending with the soft strains of classical music playing from an old record player, making everyone who steps inside feel embraced by peace. Helen's sense of style also reflects her simplicity and elegance. She does not chase fashion trends or own expensive clothing. Instead, she chooses soft linen dresses that are always clean and meticulously pressed. Each outfit she wears exudes care and refinement, creating a simple yet captivating look. While many in the neighborhood often flaunt designer handbags or luxurious jewelry, Helen draws attention through her calm demeanor and quiet confidence without the need for extravagance. What touches me most is Helen's outward simplicity and the depth of her inner life. Each day of hers is filled with activities that bring her joy and meaning. Helen loves painting and often spends her mornings by the window with her small easel, letting the morning light illuminate each brushstroke. Her paintings may not be masterpieces meant for museum walls, but each expresses her emotions and her love for the world around her. Helen's days are a harmonious blend of simplicity and significance. She finds joy in a cup of herbal tea, the rustling sound of the wind through the trees, or the delicate beauty of a butterfly perched on a flower. The simplicity she embraces is not a form of deprivation, but a manifestation of true richness. Richness in emotion, gratitude, and experiences that nurture the soul. Mrs. Helen Whitmore is a powerful reminder that happiness doesn't lie in the things we own, but in how we live and cherish what truly matters. Her life is untouched by the pressures of societal expectations or the need to impress others. Instead, she invests in enduring values, inner peace, genuine relationships, and simple yet profound joys. The words of author Evelyn Parker resonate deeply with me. True beauty does not come from what we wear, but from how we live with sincerity. Helen is the perfect embodiment of this philosophy. She does not seek recognition or competition, but simply lives true to her values, inspiring everyone who meets her. As I grow older, I reflect on a liberating truth that women like Helen Whitmore seem to have always known. The less you cling to unnecessary things, the freer you become. Living simply is not about giving up joy, but about learning to find it in the most unexpected places. In a peaceful morning, the sound of birds outside your window, or the gentle light of a sunset on the horizon. It's about realizing that life's most precious gifts, love, peace, and connection, can never be bought with money. Helen deeply understood that true happiness doesn't lie in what we own, but in how we live, cherish each moment, and love those around us. For Helen, living simply was not just a choice. It was a way of honoring herself and the life she had been given. By choosing a simple lifestyle, she courageously said no to the relentless pressures of the world, the expectations, the frivolous desires, and yes to the things that truly mattered. Helen found joy in the small and ordinary things that many might easily overlook. The fragrant aroma of herbal tea, a gentle breeze weaving through the garden, or the soft patter of raindrops on the roof. These quiet moments enriched her life and made it profoundly worth living. Helen taught me that simplicity is not about deprivation or a lack of ambition. It is the presence of wisdom. In her life, she chose to slow down and focus on core values, values that cannot be shaken by time or trends. Her life invites us to look inward, discover the extraordinary beauty in the ordinary, and find meaning in the smallest details of existence. Helen's tranquil demeanor and quiet grace left an indelible mark. She reminded us that a fulfilled life is not measured by the size of a bank account or the quantity of material possessions, but by the richness of the heart and soul. She inspired others to find happiness in simplicity and peace through her way of living. Helen's life is not just a lesson in simplicity. It also reflects the kind of legacy I hope to leave behind. That legacy is not found in material wealth or grand achievements, but in love, kindness, and a heart that remains open to the world's beauty. Helen taught me that leaving a legacy is not about tangible things, but the intangible values that touch the hearts of others. I will always be grateful to Helen. She showed me the power of simplicity and reminded me that the true beauty of life lies in how we live each day, with gratitude, kindness, and an appreciation for what truly matters. Helen lived a deeply meaningful life, and I hope that I too can live in a way that honors the inspiration she has given me. Let me share a story with you. Please listen closely. It was a crisp autumn morning in Ashfield, a small, peaceful town nestled among hills covered in vibrant reds and golds of fall foliage. The cool air felt invigorating, and I, newly married for over a week, was still basking in the quiet joy of a fresh start. I was slowly settling into my new role as Ethan's wife, trying to build simple routines that marked the beginning of this new journey. That morning, I decided to visit the local farmers market, a charming place where the neatly arranged stalls basked under the gentle sunlight. The air was filled with the scent of fresh produce, mingling with the sweet aroma of baked apple pies, creating a warmth that was hard to describe. It was one of the first moments I felt I belonged in this quaint little town. An older woman approached me as I reached out to pick a shiny red apple from a stall. There was something familiar about her appearance, though the sharpness and weight in her gaze left me feeling unsettled. It was as if she was evaluating me, even though her smile carried a certain warmth. "You must be Emma Grant," she said, her voice calm but laced with an air of scrutiny. "Ethan's new wife, right?" I smiled hesitantly and nodded, though an uneasy feeling began to stir inside me. How did she know so much about me? She leaned in slightly closer, her tone softening to one of caution, almost as if she were treading carefully. "You don't know about Ethan's daughter, do you?" Time seemed to freeze. Her words hit me like an unexpected blow, leaving me momentarily breathless. My hands trembled, and the cloth bag I was holding slipped from my grasp before I could compose myself. Apples and potatoes I had carefully selected rolled across the market floor, but I couldn't bring myself to move to pick them up. The woman noticed the shock etched on my face. Her voice softened further, now filled with genuine empathy. "I'm so sorry," she said gently. "I didn't mean to upset you, but I thought you should know." At that moment, my mind swirled with a storm of unanswered questions. Ethan had never mentioned this, never told me he had a child, a 4-year-old daughter. How could I not have known about her existence? Waves of disbelief and unease surged through me, and all I could do was stand there, silent and overwhelmed by confusion. The woman offered a faint smile, but did little to ease my turmoil. "I hope you can understand," she added before turning away, leaving me standing amidst my scattered produce and a newfound truth that had forever altered how I saw my life. It was a crisp autumn morning in a small town in Asheville, North Carolina. The fresh air and the vibrant reds and golds of the trees made everything feel alive. I had been married for only a week, my heart still brimming with joy and the anticipation of a new life with Ethan, the man I thought I knew better than anyone else. That morning, I decided to visit the local farmers market, which exuded a comforting familiarity with the earthy aroma of fresh vegetables and the sweet scent of baked goods. I hoped to start a new tradition, preparing meals for our home, to fully embrace my new role as a wife. As I reached for ripe tomatoes, an older woman approached me. She had a kind demeanor, her warm smile contrasting with the sadness in her eyes. It seemed she knew me, though I didn't recognize her. "You must be Anna Hayes," she said, her voice steady but tinged with curiosity. "Ethan's new wife, right?" I gave a small, hesitant smile and nodded, though a sense of unease began to creep in. How did she know me? She paused, studying me briefly, then leaned in slightly, lowering her voice to a near whisper. "Did you know that Ethan has a 4-year-old daughter?" Her words struck me like a lightning bolt, freezing me in place. My hands trembled, and the shopping bag slipped, sending tomatoes across the ground. Suddenly, the bustling sounds of the market faded into the background. The woman noticed the shock on my face and softened her tone, speaking with genuine sympathy. "I'm so sorry," she said gently. "I didn't mean to upset you, but I thought you should know." I stood there, struggling to breathe, as if the air around me had thickened. Questions flooded my mind. How could Ethan hide this from me? Why hadn't he told me? The woman invited me to a nearby cafe to talk. My feet felt heavy as I followed her. Inside the cozy cafe, seated by a window overlooking the quiet street, she began to share a story I was utterly unprepared for. "Her name is Sophie," she said. "She's been living with Diane, Ethan's aunt, ever since her mother left. Sophie's mother, Rachel, had a complicated relationship with Ethan. Rachel wanted him to marry her, but he refused. And now, almost forgotten, Sophie has been left somewhere between their lives." Each word felt like a dagger piercing my heart. How could Ethan keep something like this from me? A child wasn't a small detail. It was a significant part of his life. I couldn't stop replaying the woman's words when I returned home. Ethan was sitting on the sofa, his face lighting up as he saw me, but the smile vanished as soon as he noticed the tension in my expression. "You have a daughter, don't you?" I asked, my voice colder than I intended. "Why didn't you tell me?" His face turned pale, and he bowed his head as though he was finally crumbling under the weight of a secret he knew he couldn't keep any longer. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I was afraid you wouldn't accept her, and I didn't want to lose you." His words brought no comfort, only deepened the wound. How could I trust someone who had hidden such a vital truth? The days that followed were a whirlwind of emotions. I knew I needed clarity, so I decided to visit Diane. She greeted me with a cautious smile when I arrived at her house. And then, I saw Sophie. The little girl sat on the living room carpet, carefully stringing beads into a necklace. She looked up, her wide eyes meeting mine, and my heart stopped. Her face bore an uncanny resemblance to Ethan's. "She's Ethan's daughter, isn't she?" I asked, my voice trembling slightly. Diane hesitated, but her eyes gave away the truth I already knew. When I returned home, I confronted Ethan again. Though this time, my anger was accompanied by a desire to understand. I wanted to know if he was ready to do the right thing. Over the next 6 months, Ethan worked tirelessly to regain my trust. He apologized repeatedly and did everything he could to prove that he wanted to build a real family, one with no more secrets between us. Finally, I decided to give him another chance. We welcomed our daughter Lily, a year later, into the world. Her laughter brought a new light into our lives. But I couldn't stop thinking about Sophie. She too deserved a family. One evening, I turned to Ethan and said, "It's time we bring Sophie home." The day Sophie crossed the threshold of our home, she was shy and hesitant. I knelt and wrapped her in my arms. "You're safe now," I whispered. From that moment, Sophie became a part of our family. Those first days weren't easy, but love and patience carried us through. Sophie and Lily became inseparable, and our home was filled with laughter, love, and healing. Now I understand that family isn't built solely on blood, but on forgiveness, love, and compassion. Amid the chaos of secrets and hurt, we found a way to become stronger, together. Looking back, I realized that this experience taught me a profound lesson about the true meaning of family. Family isn't about perfection or smooth paths. It's about choosing to love, even when it's hard. It's about forgiveness, patience, and the willingness to rebuild, even when the foundation has been shaken. The forgotten girl was never truly forgotten. Sophie didn't just become part of our family. She became a living testament to the power of love. A love that can overcome pain and instability. Love helped us heal and reconnect, turning what seemed broken into a story of hope and restoration. With its unexpected twists, life often tests our strength, love, and capacity for forgiveness. But these challenges also allow us to grow and understand that family isn't about perfection, but embracing imperfection. It's about choosing love over resentment and finding the courage to rebuild what has been broken. I hope this story has inspired you and given you a moment of reflection. What part of this story resonated with you the most? Was it the strength of forgiveness, the importance of honesty in relationships, or the value of resilience in the face of pain? Please share the lesson from this story and how you plan to apply it. If this story touched your heart, leave your thoughts in the comments. And if you found it meaningful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss more inspiring stories to come. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video, where we'll continue exploring valuable life lessons.